So you're the technical manager for the suite venues, so you're responsible for all of the venues?
Yeah, like the technical setup, like speccing the spaces, sorting out what companies need, things like that. You know, building them, setting them up, taking them down. I started like doing technical theatre at school, and then I ended up running my school theatre and bringing, I brought 2 musicals up to the Edinburgh Fringe with my school, where I was kind of like technical director of them, and we performed here, and that's when like my first experience at the Fringe. And then 3 years ago, I got the job as technical manager at Understairs Arts at one of their venues, but then obviously they liquidated. I don't know if you heard about the week before the Fringe, they liquidated. I worked at Rocket Venues as their head tech and assistant technical director, and then this year I got the job of technical director at Suite.
And you totally trashed yourself in the first how many days, weeks?
About 6, 7. Well, there's a couple of months of
27th to the. When did you go in?
Don't know, the 6th would be my birthday. 27th to the 6th, I managed to basically kill myself. Well, not kill myself, but work myself to exhaustion.
Right.
And stuff. It was fun. I wouldn't stop me from doing it again.
Aside from the ridiculous hours and the crazy amount of work you have to do, what are the major challenges for you with, how many, 81 different companies or something?
76, it keeps going up.
81 now, I think, isn't it?
It's up to 81, yeah. It started off at 76, and then throughout the Fringe and like the weeks before, we just gained a couple more companies just to fill slots and things like that. We got a Polish punk band that just was booked a couple of weeks ago. Then they're playing this week in the space that's right below us. So yeah, they just keep, you know, dropping in, adding, which obviously presents new challenges when you've obviously sorted everything out, all your staffing and stuff, and then suddenly you've got another show got to worry about. Hiring the kit and the building of the spaces is done by me. Right, okay. So where do you hire most of your kit from? Most of our kit this year has come from Northern Light, which is a local Edinburgh-based hire company. We've also this year teamed up with Rocket Venues. I don't know whether anyone mentioned, and because they sadly couldn't get their venue this year, we're borrowing a lot of their equipment, which is quite handy. So they've got a lot of sound equipment, which obviously helps us with the setup of new venues, because this year we've got 2 new big spaces, Suite Grand and Suite in the Round, which haven't been done before, so that was quite a challenge because they're 200 seats and 110 seats each. So, and have you ever done venues that size before, or was this a sort of... I've never designed them before, so it's like my first time designing them, but I've worked in, last year at Rocket I was head tech and like the assistant director, but I was head tech of their Oxy main space. It's been challenging in some respects, but it's been fun to do. And the scale, you look back now and you just look back and you figure in a week that you've built 11 spaces, 3 venues, especially with this, I don't know if you've been told, but the Sweetheart was decided about a week, 2 weeks before the Fringe to run. Which obviously it's a huge building there's a club downstairs, performance spaces, bars and things. Just, you look at the scale of it and it's just such a weird concept that you just have a week with about 25 to 30 people working flat out just to set it up. I don't know, and it just seems a bit surreal. You know what I mean? It's just it's such a bonkers idea, but then it's, you know, it's what it is. It's the Fringe.
I mean, in terms of technical wizardry, most shows are quite simple.
Yeah, because obviously a lot of them, apart from the ones in Suite Grand, normally are quite simple because of it's a Fringe. So obviously they're touring companies. We've got to we have around 10 shows a day in each of the spaces. So obviously we've got to have a lighting and sound that fits everyone. Obviously people can add to it if they wish, but obviously it's just an extra complication for them to set up every day. And also because obviously then most of the rooms are just normal classrooms or hotel rooms. There's not the power to have lots of technical things, obviously, because Alex would be saying we had issues with fuses, just that was why I was a bit late. Because people keep plugging, some of the companies keep trying to plug stuff in, which obviously, on top of everything else, which we tell them they can't, but they still think they can. Which keeps blowing a couple of things. Quite a few shows bring their own technicians with them. To do their ops and things like that. Not necessarily, I don't know if you can call them technicians. Someone who sits at the lighting desk and presses a button. Sorts of people.
I'm with you.
I mean, we do tech a few of those shows if they want. Our technicians can do it, but sometimes it's cost, sometimes it's they want their own person, or someone who's done the show with them before, so they want to keep them.